Unbelievable! Are you looking for a no-nonsense property and business podcast? Our mission is to provide jam-packed content straight to your ears, where we can add value and unpick the fluff in the industry. If this sounds like a bit of you, then strap in and hold tight for an episode with Heidi and Dan.
Hello everybody, episode 4 of the mini-series on how to quit your job. So this one is just aimed about a little bit of motivation of your life by design. So you might want to get to 10 grand a month, which is honestly really achievable. You just need to have that motivation to go through the hard days, to go through the little bit. So this episode is just a quick one about your plan, your future, and your life. So I'll go into a little bit about habit tracking here as well. So this episode, you need to visualize 3 increments of your life. I like to use multiple things to keep on track. So for example, first of all, you need to figure out what money you need to replace first. Typically, people replace a salary. I didn't do that. The first thing you need to replace is your survival phase. So your survival phase is what do you absolutely need to achieve to leave your job. So for example, you need to work out your non-negotiables. What do you need to pay for? Now, everybody is completely different. When I first started, I had a mortgage, I had a buy-to-let, I had my kids activities, which I didn't want to sacrifice. I had a lot of outgoing straight away that I didn't want to sacrifice. You might live at home, you might be quite young, you might have things you can get rid of, like fancy cars. I know people that actually sold their house and used that money to start building their portfolio. I wasn't in an emotional position to do that. I didn't want to change my life. I worked so hard and for so long to get what I'd already achieved. I didn't want to give anything up. So for example, you need to establish what your first level is. Is your first level paying the mortgage, paying your food, paying your bills, paying your car? The things you need to pay for to keep your life consistent. If you live at home with your mum and dad, for example, you might only need to get one deal, £500 to leave your current job. Happy days. Or you might be a doctor who earns 10 grand a month already, and you might just want to reduce your hours by 2 days a week or 2 days a month, whatever it is. You need to figure out your life. You might want to work actually. You just might want a little bit of a side hustle to pay for something else, whether that's your kids' activities, horse riding, a fancy car, whatever it is. Everybody's life is completely different. You might just want an extra grand a month to go on a holiday. That could be your holiday money. So, establish what those non-negotiables are. What do you have to pay for per month? And how much does that equate to? Again, love a spreadsheet, write it all down. What's your council tax? What's your rent? What's your mortgage? What's your car payments? What are those things? For me, actually, all mine came under my salary. So I managed to pay for everything and have a little bit of fun money. So fun money for holidays, hair, nails, whatever. I managed to have that fun money. So first phase is your survival. What do you need to survive? Second phase is what's your ideal, I don't mean take the piss money, I mean what's your ideal money? Is it replacing your salary? Is it a little bit more? So for me, I wanted to replace my salary next. So I got 4 rent-to-rent deals to replace my survival money. Then I got another 2 to replace my salary within 10 months. Happy days. I've got my salary replaced, and now my second thing for me is I actually want a bit more salary to go on better holidays, so I want to earn X amount of money per month. Ideally, I want to earn 10 grand a month profit, and I mean profit, I don't mean like anything else, I mean profit. That's my third thing I'm aiming towards, and that money is going to be take the piss money. I don't really want anything else in my life but nice holidays. So one of my aims is to go on holiday every half term. That's one of my aims. So I want 10 grand, take the piss money, put it back into investments, and that's going to get me more cash flow. So first of all, what is your absolute survival money? How many deals do you need to do that? What is your replace your salary money? How many deals do you need to replace that? And what is your take the piss money, basically your investment money? What you need to consider as well is how you're going to grow your business and make it stable. So when I replaced my income after 10 months, I was like, Jesus, this is incredible. But I wasn't in a position mentally and emotionally to leave my job at that point. Had I left at home with parents, might have considered it. Had I not needed to have a lot of money to have a normal life, might have considered it. What I then did was grow and stabilize my business. I got software, I got CRM systems, I got a good accountant, I got an employee first before I quit my job because I didn't want to do elements of it. So for example, what overheads do you need to make this business go? Then I did that. Then I got more deals. So my deals then replaced my survival money, replaced my salary, replaced my overheads. And then once I was stable and happy that this money was coming in and I got repairs paid for and I got other stuff paid for, I then got my van. So if you follow me on Facebook already, you'll know I've got a transporter. It's literally my pride and joy. I put that money into my business overhead money as well, and I got a van. Then I replaced all of those things and my van. Then I quit my job. And it took me, I think, 2.5 years to be confident to do that, which is pretty good going. And it still was achieved before my child went to school. So one of the main things to do is keep that money on a spreadsheet and track it and track all your progress. Whether or not you're savvy on a spreadsheet or not, you've got a notebook, you need to see what's coming in, what's going out, what your overheads are you close to that financial income, and if not, what you're going to do to get there. So in the other episode, I alluded to having tracking habits and having a structure of the week and a model week and a perfect week in regards to your activities. If you write your goals down in what do you want to achieve by the end of the year, so you might want to leave your job by the end of the year, what deals do you need to get by the end of the year? Is it one deal per month? You then break that down into monthly goals. So you might go, I want one deal per month. You might break it down into quarters. I want 3-4 deals per quarter. And then you also break it down into weekly habits. So your weekly habits might be ringing 10 agents up, going on 10 viewings, leaflet dropping 500 leaflets, going to one networking event, etc. And then you break it down into daily habits. So my daily habits, I've got stuff for health, I've got stuff for family, I've got stuff for business development, I've got stuff for personal development, and I've got 18 mini habits that if I follow on a daily basis, I will achieve my daily goals, my weekly goals, my monthly goals, and by the end of the year, I will have achieved them goals. So I use Asana to write down, it's an app on your phone. I have Asana to write down anything that's in my head. So when I'm out, I'm like, oh, bloody hell, I forgot that. Put that in Asana. I also have a notes section on my phone with all my goals in. So every day I can incrementally look at it and tick them off and go, I've done this, I've done this, I've done this. And then I have a spreadsheet that is broken down into quarters with everything I want to achieve on it. And then I've broken that down into yearly goals as well. So again, by the end of the year, for this, and this, I want to achieve this, and I've broken it down. So that's how I have got to that point of quitting my job, but also leveling up constantly as well. There's a little bit around mindset you need to work on. And my last tip to finish on is pick your weakness and work on it. For me, mine was confidence, believe it or not, and anxiety around doing this, bit of imposter syndrome, not having the correct mindset to do it. I used to be a bit of a miserable bastard years ago, overweight, miserable bastard. You won't think so now because I listen to mindset podcasts on self-development, looking after myself. One of my favourite books is Atomic Habits. Absolutely love that book. So if you've got a weakness that is stopping you doing all this and you don't feel brave enough, you need to work on that every day as well. Get that into one of your habits. So I hope you've enjoyed listening to this episode. I hope it's been really useful for you. And thank you for listening.
Unbelievable. Thank you for joining us this week. We hope we added value to your day. Stay tuned and see you next time for another unbelievable episode. See you next time.